Now I was more prison to in Joe house. He could see that I failed to run away from him, and he bought us a cell phone for to call me, well, coming up and see where I was and what I was doing. But I was not allowed to go away from the house. He said that his mother, that it was only Joe that could hear what she's saying, and she had also a telephone, so she was calling Joe as soon as I start to. It looked like I should go out from the house. Then he come running back to bring me back to the house. So I was in like a prison, kidnapped of Joe instead for this man in the forest. And for some reason, don't ask me, because God's way is very strange sometimes, but I sit and chat with people to see if I could come with if they could come with a solution for me. But I never told people that I was kidnapped or locked in at Joe's house. One morning when Joe was not at home, he didn't work, of course. He was living of his mother's retirement pension. And the mother was sitting with her feet in a bath, foot bath. And then she pointed at me and did this sign with the fingers that I should come to her. And then she pointed out on her feet that I should look at her feet. And I bowed down and was on my knees and look at her, one of her foot, and then I see why she was walking so bad. So, and because she had been paralyzed and in 2 toes, and this toes was going in under her foot. So I look at it and hold it in my hand, and suddenly these two toes suddenly is going out and be soft and straight out. It did under 5 minutes, and she was so happy, but it seems like she could tell that I was a healer. I didn't know that I was a healer before that. But then it come that I remember that I did something when I was 16 years old. I was take care of kids, and one day I had to go to the hospital with one kid, and I go to the children's area at the hospital, and then when I come in, it was a girl that was in my age, 16 years old. She was sitting in her room and say, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, the whole time. And I looked in her room, and the nurse that come and took the little girl I have with me, she said, "Don't be worried about this young girl. She only sit and say goodbye, hello the whole time, but she can't come to you because she is paralyzed in her legs, so she can't hurt you. So don't be afraid and go and sit in the waiting room for the little girl. So I take care of her." And the nurse walked away, and I was alone in the waiting room. And suddenly I heard a voice saying, come in to my room." So I was not thinking that this girl couldn't talk. So, but I walk in her room, and she was shaved all over her head. She had no hair, and she had half of her head was gone. It was a hole in her head, and she said, take your hand and lay it on the hole in my head. I don't have the brain is gone on the left side because I have been in a car accident, and my parents died, and I am left alone in the whole world. I'm a lonely girl in the whole world, loneliest girl in the whole world, she said with her sad voice. And she took my arm and let me lay my hand on her head, and I could feel that the skull was gone. She had a big scar upon her head, and the skull was gone, and it was only soft there where there should be a skull. And we sit there, and I hold hold my hand over on her head. Then I heard that the nurse was coming again. So I went out for to meet this little girl and the nurse. And when I walked to them, the nurse suddenly had big eyes and said, "It is possible, it is possible, it's a miracle. She couldn't walk. The doctor said she couldn't walk. It's a miracle." And I wondered what it was she was talking about. So I turned around and look what's behind me. And there come this girl that was paralyzed in her legs, and she was walking. But I don't know if she was talking, but she was a big smile, and she was walking. And then all doctors and nurses was around this girl and talk. And I took only the little girl I took care of and walk away. And I never felt like it was me that did this healing. And then I forget it all the years until I did it again with this foot of Joe's mother. So I really understood that I could heal people in that time when Joe's mother was healed. And when Joe come back, I didn't say anything about healing. I only asked Joe, how long have your mother been paralyzed with these 2 toes under her foot? How long have she been that? He said that she had been like that since 5 years. It was 5 years since the surgery. for the Parkinson disease, and she have always walked with two toes under her feet. But now she was walking like normal, and she was running around, and she was very happy for it. So I think that's why she allowed me to run away from Joe, because I have helped her. Because then I come to know a man on internet. Only one day we come, and he say, I feel like it's something wrong here. What's up, girl? He said to me. And I said, I told him everything about Joe. And he said, answered me and said, I know you are in big trouble because I'm an old Vietnam veteran. And then he asked me if he could call me, and I give him the telephone number to Joe's home. And when Joe was away, I told the man it was okay to call me. But then Joe come back. I don't know, it was before or after the healing. I think it was before the healing, because his mother should not have told him. But Joe come back suddenly when I was in the telephone, and he be so angry that I was talking to another man, and he grabbed a scissor, a big scissor. It's like this. You can't see it. It was a real for cut fibers, this long scissor, and he held it on my throat here, and say, if you don't stop talking, I will kill you, he said. And this man, he heard what Joe say, and he said, you're a big trouble, girl. When he's away, next time he's away, call me and I will help you. And then once again, Joe was away, and it was a late evening. It was maybe not late evening, but about 8 o'clock in the evening. And I could call this man again, and he said that he should give me $300, send it to me in what is this union transfer money, and then I should take the first bus, Greyhound bus, up to him, and he lived in North Carolina, and he said he had a place for me to stay if I could go away from Joe. So I go first and got my money and ran back there, and Joe's mother didn't say anything because I was back very quick. And then I called a taxi because it was far away to the Greyhound's bus station. So I asked for a taxi, and the taxi operator, she said to me like this, little girl, you can't order a taxi 20 minutes before the bus is leaving. I say I had a time for the bus when they should leave, and I told her that first. So, little girl, you can't order a taxi 20 minutes before the bus is leaving the station. This is Daytona Beach, and this is tourist season. It's Harley Davidson bikes weeks, and there we have no car, no taxi for you, at least not in 1 hour, she said. And then she should start to say something, and then she stopped. I heard a sigh like from her, and then she said, "I can't believe my eyes. There is a taxi coming here that is empty. I send it to you," she said. And I think I told her a little about you, so she feels sorry for me. So she was sending me the taxi, and I could leave very quick Joe's house before his mother could call Joe and tell that I was leaving with all my suitcases. And I took the taxi, and then on the bus far away from Daytona Beach, I called Joe and I told him what I thought about him and said it's his goodbye. And then I go in the night up to North Carolina, to the north of North Carolina. I don't really know what the city was, but it was in the north of North Carolina. And I come from a fire into a fire again. It was God. I know that today that God do these things for me to move to that place where He wanted me to be at. That's why, so I don't rest and think this is the place, and then I don't go where God wants. So He can do this, scare you up, and then you have to leave and move, and then you come closer and closer to that place where God wants you to be at. And that's what He did to me. It was experience that I should have for the work for God that He did to me in Florida. And now in North Carolina I'm gonna be in big trouble. But in North Carolina God come and talk to me. For the first time I saw something from the spirit world. A man come and talk to me from the spirit world, and I call him Jesus. But I don't know if it's Jesus, but it's someone. It's not God, but it's someone that is with me, that is my guardian angel. And I will tell you about it more. And I have a picture. I painted a picture of this, what I call guardian angel, my Jesus, in part number 6 of this story. Shalom. We'll see you in part 6.